You're getting ready to hear a news story from the news media about how a highway patrolman was injured in a chase. During that chase, there was a total of 3 different wrecks at 3 different locations. The other 2 locations had nothing to do with the person running. It was just due to the officers wanting to respond to that call. But they were at least 40 miles away from that incident when they slammed into innocent bystanders at high rate of speed. Now, the news media is not going to tell you who those people were, but they're going to tell you about all the injuries that one policeman sustained when another highway patrolman hit him as he was putting out stop sticks. Hold on.
State troopers are struggling to cope after it was revealed one of their own collided with Lieutenant Heath Meyer during a high-speed chase on Friday night.
Meyer remains in critical condition today. Our News 9's Jesse Mitchell joins us live from OHP headquarters with more on what led up to this crash. Jesse?
The chase started as a normal traffic stop on an I-35 off-ramp, but when suspect D'Angelo Burgess admitted he didn't have a valid license, he fled the scene, reaching speeds up to 110 miles per hour.
All over tailgating.
Got up that day and put on a uniform and got in a car and think that they would have this result at the end of the
Yes,
day.
you did. I told you.
Were in hot pursuit of a gray Honda occupied by D'Angelo Burgess and 2 others when the call went out for assistance. Lieutenant Heath Meyer and another trooper set up a roadblock using stop sticks near the 27th Street exit in Moore ahead of the chase. Meyer deployed his strip of spikes as the car approached.
Burgess braked rather quickly.
Ricky
and was able
Adams.
to navigate in between.
But the troopers behind him, Rodney Rideau and Clinton Painter, weren't able to complete the maneuver. Instead, their cars collided and Painter's unit crashed into Meyer, standing on the side of the highway. OHP Chief Ricky Adams says it all happened in a matter of milliseconds.
This accident, happening the way it did, in an unavoidable manner that it did.
It was not unavoidable. It was avoidable.
Involved in it at the time.
Right now, counselors with the Officer Assistance Program are on hand at the department. Troopers won't comment on the extent of Meyer's injuries.
What about the other 3 wrecks
Outpouring of support to his family.
that you all
The
caused?
page has already raised more than $10,000, and a meal train page shows donations of food planned out for weeks.
He's got a long road, so it's not as if we're going to have a conclusion of this next week, next month. It's a long, hard recovery that he's facing right now.
Burgess was arrested just north of the scene. He's now facing charges for causing that crash. Live on the scene on the story in northeast Oklahoma City, Jesse Mitchell, News 9.
Jesse, thank you. And meanwhile, a passenger who was in the suspect's car is also in jail tonight. Authorities had been searching for Sonny Ramirez all weekend. He was booked into jail early this morning on warrants for kidnapping and violating a protective order. Updating breaking news of fire.
They bumped, and that bump threw him into the Jersey wall where the accident occurred.
OHP officials say the troopers involved in the collision are almost inconsolable.
The fault in this crash lays totally and completely on the shoulders of the suspect that demonstrated complete disregard.
No, you all are nuts for chasing somebody at a high speed like that for tailgating.
Time for the entire agency, and that they will be looking at this incident from all angles.
We're not immune from mistakes. If we make one, we'll learn from it and try to do better the next time.
No, you won't. I've told you a dozen times.
D'Angelo Burgess is being held without bond in the Cleveland County Jail. Ironically, he was involved in another pursuit with OHP June of last year. That involved a crash as well. Lieutenant Meyer actually worked that crash scene. Reporting live at OU Medical Center, Sarah Stewart, Oklahoma's News Channel 4.
Thank you, Sarah. And we have an update to some breaking news.
Isn't that strange? All these stations are doing the same story. That's collusion. See there? They didn't say a word about the other individuals that were involved in that wreck where the suspect they were chasing was 40 miles away. And police slammed into other cars responding to that scene. Why? because the individuals didn't know they were coming. The citizens didn't know that highway patrolmen were doing 120 miles an hour 40 miles away from the suspect just to go get him.